I don't even know what to label this story time, but this is probably by far one of the most wildest story times that I have. So come in the room. So the year is 2015, and I was pretty recent in my relationship with the boyfriend that I had at the time. So we are still getting to know each other, you know, feeling each other out.
Smoke, come here. Come here. But yeah, we got, hey, she says one of the craziest story times ever. So we're gonna see if it live up to the hype. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, we're gonna see what she got to say. Y'all, hey, leave in the comments if y'all rock with it or not. You feel me? Hey, let's get to the video. Wait, hold up. Grab y'all water or whatever it is y'all do or drink when y'all watch my video. And let's get to it.
Whatnot. So when we got together, he knew that I had this guy best friend, and we're gonna call the guy best friend Sam. Okay, so Sam and I, we were pretty tight. He was coming over to my house. I lived by myself at the time, and we both like lived in the same like area, and so like we were super cool. Like, I'm not even gonna say like I'd known him for years, but like I had probably known him for like a couple years, and like we were super tight. So my boyfriend at the time, he was super protective. I could tell, if I didn't already know after this story time, I knew that he was just one of those people that was not gonna play about me whatsoever. So very, very early into our relationship, I had gotten the call that my settlement check from my accident that I was in, had, finally after 4 years had come in. So, I had my little settlement check or whatever, and mind you, it's 2015, so I thought I was balling, okay? Like, whatever I wanted, we getting it, okay? Like, we doing whatever, and it was fun. I was splurging on him, and I loved it. Like, we were literally doing whatever we wanted. So one day, my boyfriend, he actually got arrested and went to jail over, I don't even remember, but he was in jail, right? And we had been talking all day on the phone, and it was already planned that I was about to come and bond him out. I can't remember why, but I couldn't co-sign for him, co-sign on his bond. So I needed his sister to do it. And we were waiting because I think I was like waiting for her to get off work or something. And so while I was waiting on his sister to get off work, my friend Sam was like, he called me up like, yo, are you at home? I was like, yeah, but I'm getting ready to leave. I gotta go bomb my boyfriend out of jail. Such an idiot. He was like, okay, bet. I'm getting ready to pull up really quick. So I'm on the phone with my boyfriend on a jail call, and he's like, asking me what I'm doing, woo. I tell him, I'm like, oh, Sam said he's about to stop by. He immediately says, no. All that can wait after I get out. He said, like, no, don't let him come over. So, of course, I'm naive and dumb. I'm like, babe, you're tripping. This is Sam. He's right around the corner. He just said he wants to stop by for a second, blah, blah, blah. So we're kind of like going back and forth at this moment, because he's like, no, get in the car and go ahead and go, like, get ready to go and meet my sister. So I was thinking like, oh, this is just jail talk. Like, he don't want me to, like, he basically wants to be a part of everything. So like, he's, in jail. He wants me to wait, to like, whatever. I don't know really what I was thinking. Like, I just thought like he was tripping and he didn't want me you know, to be hanging out with Sam, even though he knew who Sam was. Like, Sam was no threat whatsoever. And so as we're on the phone, I get a knock at the door. Okay, I'm already knowing it's Sam. I was like, oh, hold on, babe, Sam's here. So I opened the door, and the way my house was set up was like I had this long, like, little porch walkway thing. And like, as soon as you walked out of my front door, to the left was like 2 little steps, and then it went down the long, like, little porch walkway all the way to the driveway. So I open the door and I see Sam, but then I also see this other guy that I vaguely knew. I knew it was Sam's friend. And I was like, what's he doing here? You didn't tell me that you had somebody with you. And he was like, oh, you know, so-and-so. We're getting ready to go somewhere. So, you know, I just thought that, like, he could come in, like, with me for a second. Honestly, at the time, I didn't think anything of it, because I'm like, okay, like, you're only going to be here for a second. Oh, well, like, whatever. Like, y'all come in. Mind you, I'm still on the jail call with my boyfriend. And so, whatever, like, we're chopping it up. And I had just bought a new pew-pew. And, like, if anybody knows me, like, I love pew-pews. I am an enthusiast of pew-pews.
She talking about guns, by the way, just in case y'all ain't know. You know what I'm saying? But I think she could have said gun, but oh, whatever.
And so my new little toy was sitting up on the counter, right? And, like, he and I are friends, so, like, he already knew that I just, like, got it. And he was like, oh, that's your new pew-pew? Let me look at it or whatever. The whole time I'm still on the phone. So he picks it up. Y'all, I promise you, I never even would have guessed what happens next. He picks it up. He's looking at it. This man, Sam, turns it on me and says, where's the rest of your settlement money? I can't make this up.
You can make it up. Oh, it's very simple. You can make it up. Just let y'all know.
Says, where's the rest of that settlement money? I'm standing there, like, dumbfounded, like, shocked, like, no, this is not happening right now. And I'm like, what the F? Like, you can't even be serious right now. Like, you're gonna do this? I'm still on the phone. So my boyfriend is on the other line, and he's hearing what is going on. And he is, if you can only imagine, he's going crazy. And so he hears me, you know, I'm going back and forth with Sam saying, like, you got to be out of your mind. Like, you don't want to do this right now. Like, I promise you don't want to do this. Like, y'all can literally just walk out the door right now, and, like, we'll never speak about this again. We're going to go our separate ways, blah, blah, blah. So his friend that I don't know takes the pew-pew from him and pushes it closer, and now it's touching me. And so he's like, which, I don't know you, and I'm not even about to play with you. We came here for one thing, and you gonna give it to us. So he literally walks me back to my bedroom where the rest of my money was, because mind you, it was all cash. This was before I was a responsible adult. I walked around with large amounts of cash on me all the time, and he knew that. Sam did. So they, you know, they get it. They get all the money. And, you know, we go back out to the living room, and I'm just still, mind you, I'm still on the phone. I never hung up. And so I'm telling him, like, you know, I'm not going to say what I really said. But I was like, look, I'm telling you right now, like, you do not want to do this. Like, I am going to like give you the chance to like please like just give me my money back and walk away, like you know me. He then proceeds to tell me, you knew I was in love with you, you know I'm in love with you, and you gonna go and get a boyfriend and like basically flaunt your relationship around in my face. Again, I'm like shocked, like what, like where the fuck is this even coming from? Like what the fuck? So I'm like, do what? Like we're not like that, Sam. Like, you know I don't like you. Like we're friends. Well, I thought we were. Okay, go to part 2.
But it wasn't a crush. She talking about, oh, it's not like that. It is like that. That's why he close to you, because he trying to crush. You just found out. You feel me? But let's find part 2. All right.
Part 2 of one of the craziest story times I probably ever have. And I got a lot of crazy story times. So this really says a lot, because this is one of the craziest ones. If you have not seen the first video, part 1, it is on my page. So go watch that and then come back to this video. So he tells me, you know I was in love with you, or you know I'm in love with you, and yeah, like I'm basically doing this because you got me messed up, and yeah, I'm taking your money and I'm leaving. And that's exactly what they did. They walked straight out of my house with the rest of my settlement check and my new pew pew. As I'm still on the phone with my boyfriend, you can only imagine the dialogue that is happening in my ear. Like, he is literally going crazy, like asking question after question, like what is going on, like what is happening, like he's going crazy.
My thing is this: how did all of them niggas know that she was getting a settlement check? Oh, she probably told them. I've learned that. I've learned the hard way. Whenever you getting money in your life, big money, or any type of, well, especially big money, you don't tell people. Keep it to yourself. Act broke. Act broke. Like me, look, I wear the same thing every day. I'm broke every day. You know, not the same thing, but like the same 4 things. But y'all get what I'm saying.
And so I told him, I'm like, Sam just came up in here and robbed me. Yes, that's what happened. I was still like so shocked, and I was so mad. Like, oh my God, like why? Sometimes you just be like so dumb, like you don't even see like what be going on in your face. But there were no signs. Like, some of y'all may think like, oh, you should have seen the signs, whatever. There were no signs. Like, he literally just did this out of nowhere, and I guess he saw an opportunity and decided to seize it. But he will later come to find out that was the worst mistake of his life. So I still go get my man out of jail. Yep, sure did. And boom, he gets out, and we get to plotting on how we about to get our get back. So we are already knowing, we're not dumb, the money gone. Okay, they took that and spent it probably on some dumb stuff. The money is gone. But my little pew pew is probably still out there somewhere, and I want that back. Okay, because it was brand new and it was nice. And so my boyfriend back then, he lived in the hood, y'all. So Nashville, it got a couple hoods. He lived in one of probably like one of the most notorious hoods in Nashville, and this was back in 2015. So everybody that still lived in his neighborhood was people to not be trifled with, okay? So he starts telling his friends what had happened, right? And it was probably like like, I'm not even exaggerating, probably close to 15 to 20 people that was in his little circle of like people he actually hung out with from his neighborhood, right? So, you know, word gets spreading around, and, you know, we telling them basically, you know, like everything. Like, if you see this man, Sam, out on the town, okay, y'all know what to do. Anyways, so word gets spread around. They know what he looks like. They know all the deets of what happened. So, yeah, so now we wait. So, one day, my boyfriend and I, we're just at home, right? It is just a quiet night in, and we get a call from one of his boys. They out at the club, right? One of the clubs that we used to go to a lot. It just so happened this one night we were not with them. So his boy, we gonna call him Marv. Marv calls my boyfriend, and he's like, yo, little dude that robbed old gal, yeah, he right here at the club. And he like, but hold on, don't come down here because I have a plan. So we don't know what the plan is. He never told us the plan. So my boyfriend like, should we go down there? And I'm kind of like, nah, because, you know, that could be like a little sticky situation that we don't need to get in. So like, let's just hold off for a second, because Marv,
y'all know it's worse than one stupid person making a plan. More than one stupid person making a plan. And that's what they did. They just formed the stupid Avengers. And they ain't gonna accomplish nothing.
may have a plan, right? So we wait, okay? The very next day, Marv tells my boyfriend the plan. So what we didn't know behind the scenes was when they were at the club, Marv goes to Sam and tells him, oh, I done seen you on social media before. Aren't you a rapper? And Sam, being the dumbass that he was, said, yeah, I'm a rapper. A wannabe rapper. So Marv was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, so am I. And, you know, you got a lot of followers and you got like a big following. He was like, let's collab on a song together. Like, let's do a song. Like, I live in the hood. We could do like, you know, like a video out there, and it can be like, you know, like a street vibe or whatever. Anyways, Sam was eating this shit up. He was like, hell yeah, like, I'm with that. Like, let's do it. Mind you, Sam and Marv, they do not know each other from a can of paint, right?
I'm sorry, I think this cap, bro. Like, this cap, bro. Oh, y'all let me know in the comments if y'all think this cap or not. I don't know, I'm calling cap or though.
Literally just met in the club, and he was eating up everything he was saying. So Marv gets Sam's number, they exchange information. He like, cool, I'm gonna hit you up tomorrow, and we gonna meet up in the hood, and we gonna shoot the video. Looking back on this now is like the funniest thing, because why would you be so dumb to go and meet up with somebody you don't know with no song? Okay, there was no song ever implemented in nothing. Like, you just thought you was finna roll up and shoot a video with no song, okay? But it was the perfect plan, because he did just that, y'all. The very next day, he pulls up with his girlfriend and his cameraman, okay? And then it's Sam, so it's the three of them, and they pull up in my boyfriend's hood. Marv had already told my boyfriend the sitcho. He like, this is what I told him. He coming here today. So I was thinking that, like, once we get him here, you could just do what you was gonna do in the first place when you saw him. But I'm just, you know, basically bringing him to you on a silver platter. So we both like, okay, cool. Mind you, y'all, I don't Like, don't get it messed up. Like, I always got that side in me, deep down somewhere in there. But like, this was back before I had a daughter, and let me tell you, I did not give a, like, I was real wild back then. So when they, you know, told me the plan, I'm like, yes, okay, let's do this. So, as you all may know, when there's a hood, there's also, how can I say this? People that live in the hood that like to do things, and they are willing to do things for those. And when Marv got to the hood that day, he went to one of those people and told her, we need to use your house. I'm gonna give you something in exchange for you letting us use your house for like an hour or two. So that's exactly what happened. He gave her something, and she went in the back room and literally did not come out for like the next 2 hours. So this is where it gets a little PG-13, rated R, and I gotta watch what I say. But so Marv is waiting outside for Sam and his people to show up. They show up, and he's like, he meets them outside of the lady's house, and he's like, this is where we're going to shoot the video. Okay, go to part 3, y'all. Okay, part 3 of one of the craziest story times that I have. And I have a lot of crazy story times, but this one is definitely up there. So if you have not seen part 1 or part 2, they are posted on my page. So go watch those first and then come back to this video. So Marv is currently outside of the lady's house, and he is standing with Sam and the other 2 friends. One of them is his cameraman, and the other is the girlfriend. Mind you, they think they are about to be shooting a video to a song that they are going to collab on. So Marv tells Sam, like, let's go inside, let's sit down, let's chop it up, let's get some ideas for the song. Woo. Mind y'all, my boyfriend and 2 of his boys are inside the house waiting for them to walk inside. And where am I at while all this is happening, you may ask? I am up the street waiting at his sister's house. So I am waiting to get the call to, like, let me know.
I feel like she making this story up as it goes. Like, for real, man.
That it is safe to come down. Not gonna lie, while I was waiting up at his sister's house, my anxiety was like through the roof, because, you know, I'm like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? Like I know they got it under control, but like, oh, like what's gonna happen? Like, it was such a rush, but I was like a little bit nervous, to be honest. So my boyfriend and his 2 other friends are waiting inside the house in one of the rooms that is like right off of the front door. Like right as soon as you walk in the house, it's a room off to the left, and they're just waiting for them to walk through the door. So they walk through the door, y'all, and as soon as my boyfriend sees Sam walk through the door, as soon as he sees him walk through the door, he cracks him over the head with something that you would use to defend yourself. I think y'all know what I'm talking about. I think Boosie said something along the lines of he did something to someone for
Now she listen to Boosie. Oh, Claire. Come on, man. Claire, you don't have to get on here and tell hood stories to fit in with the people. Boosie said Please, man. We know behind closed doors you listen to Luke Bryant. You know, we know that. That's fine. I listen to Luke Bryant sometimes. Yeah.
30 minutes straight. So instantly, the girlfriend and the cameraman are panicked. Like, they don't know what is going on. The girlfriend is screaming, okay? And the cameraman is shitting his pants. So Marv starts telling her, shut the F up and sit down. And, you know, nothing will happen to y'all if y'all just be quiet. So, if y'all can just use your imagination, my boyfriend starts going to work on Sam. And there's nothing really that he could do about it. And he knew exactly what time it was and why this was happening. Because, again, he knew my boyfriend. And he knew what was going on. Like, he knew what type of time, you know, this, yeah, he knew. So I would say that probably went on for a good 15-20-ish minutes, and the whole time the girlfriend and the cameraman, they're just having to sit there on the couch and watch. So while my boyfriend is, you know, giving Sam a little lesson, teaching him a lesson, Marv goes and takes the girlfriend and the cameraman's IDs. So, like, he tells them, give me your phone, give me your IDs. Yeah, hand it over. And the cameraman is like I said, he's so scared. He's like, I don't want any parts of this. Like, I didn't see nothing. I don't know nothing. Like, I don't know what Sam did, but I don't want any parts of this, and blah, blah, blah. And the girlfriend's like crying, whatever. She's like screaming, whatever. And yeah, like, she already knew. Like, girl, be quiet and you'll get to walk up out of here. Now, remember, they were there to shoot a video. So the cameraman, bless his little heart, he had all his like cool camera equipment. He had like the little camera that was attached to like the thing that you hold for, like, you know, good videos, and like had all kinds of like camera equipment in his backpack. Like, dude was loaded. Like, he came to work. But little did he know his friend Sam was about to get the work. So after about 20 minutes, my boyfriend calls me and he's like, come on down here. So I'm like, oh, okay. So like, I walk down there, and I'm not even gonna lie, y'all, I literally felt like Griselda Blanca or some stuff. Like, not even gonna lie, I really felt like that girl, because yeah, you really thought you were just gonna
Not she Griselda. I can't, bro. I can't. Oh my God.
do this to me and ride off in the sunset with my money and my pew pew. Like nothing was ever gonna happen to you after that. Silly Sam. So I walk through the door and he is looking a mess. Okay, he has ketchup all over him, all over his face. You can tell, like for a smidge of a second, I actually felt kind of bad for him, but then I'm like, no, I don't. And like, one of his eyes was like swollen shut, like he couldn't even see out of it. I'm talking about like dude off of Friday when he got sucker punched. Like, that's literally what he looked like. Ketchup was all over the walls, all over the floor, all over him. It was a real scene up in there, okay? And so I walk in, and you know, the cameraman and the girlfriend, they're just sitting on the couch like, who is this girl? Oh my gosh, is she like the ringleader? And so I walk in and I like stand, you know, like in front of Sam. He's actually on the ground, and my boyfriend and his two friends, they're like standing behind him with things in their hands, if you know what I mean. And so my boyfriend starts telling Sam, he like smacks him over the head, and he's like, well, what did I tell you to do when she walked through the door? And so he gets on his hands and knees and starts kissing, like right where my feet is at, like literally like kissing the ground, and starts like apologizing like so much, like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like he can barely talk. It's like stuff is coming out of his mouth while he's talking. He's like, I'm so sorry. You know, all he is doing is like apologizing. And so I start asking him, where is my money at? Like, where is my money? And, you know, he's like saying like, oh, I'll pay you back. Like, I'll get you your money and blah, blah, blah. So I'm already like, whatever. No, you're not. And so I'm like, okay, where is my pew pew? Like, where is that at? And he was like, so and so has it, aka the guy that was with him when he came to my house. So I'm like, okay, so you don't have any of my belongings then? Is that what you're telling me? And he was like, no, but I can get it and blah blah blah. So again, crack right over the head. And so at this point, I'm just like, you know what, we're not gonna get any of the stuff back. So sorry, cameraman, gonna need that backpack. So Marv takes the backpack from the cameraman, and the cameraman instantly starts getting upset. He's like, man, like, this doesn't have anything to do with me. Like, why are y'all taking like my stuff? Like, you know, whatever. Like, I didn't even know this was gonna be going on. Woo, woo, woo. Like, no shit, bro. Like, you wouldn't have came if you would have known this was going on. So Marv takes the backpack from the cameraman and instantly gives it to me. And okay, I'm so sorry, the video is about to cut off. Go to part 4. This is gonna be the last part.
So in that story, she just a god. What kind of godmother? Like, nigga, that just like all of y'all gonna do it, man. We know damn well you wanted none of that. And if you was, you just come. If this was real, you just confessed to a whole crime. It's crazy. All right, let's find the last. I think she had one more.
Alright, y'all, the last part 4 of one of the craziest story times that I have. And I have a lot of crazy story times, so I am ready to get through this story for y'all so I can move on to the next one. So Marv took the backpack from the cameraman and gives it to me. He's upset, you know, the girlfriend's upset, Sam is still on the ground, and, you know, at this point I'm like, I'm not getting any of my stuff back. It's time to get up out of here. And around that time, the woman whose house we were at has now come out from the back room and has come into the living room to see the scene that is in front of her and starts wigging out. You know, she sees the ketchup on the walls, she sees Sam on the ground, you know. He's beaten to a pulp, and you know, she's like, get the fuck out of my house. Like, I don't know what this is, what y'all are doing, get out. So at that point, you know, Marv was like to the cameraman and the girlfriend, he's like looking at their IDs and starts, you know, reading the addresses off the IDs, and basically was telling them like, if y'all go tell anybody, if y'all, you know, open your mouths about this to anyone, basically I'm gonna pay y'all a visit, the kind that you don't want. And so they were reassuring Marv, like, we're not, like, we just want to leave, we want to get out of here as soon as possible, we don't know anything, we didn't see anything, etc. So everybody starts to disperse. They pick up Sam off the ground, they get him in the car, And I later found out that they actually took him straight to the hospital. He was there, I think, for like 3 days. He had a concussion. He, had a bruised face. One of his eyes was swollen shut. And yeah, they just decided to keep him there for a few days. But yeah, nobody ever said anything. They never spoke about it like ever again after that day. But the cameraman, he did reach out to me a couple times about his equipment, and I did feel badly for him because he absolutely did not deserve that, and he he had no part in it whatsoever. Because he was like messaging me, like, it was so pitiful. He was messaging me asking me if I could just like send him the files off of the camera, because that was his job. Like, he was a cameraman. He took videos of people like for his actual job. So he had like projects on the camera that, he had done for people. And I'm not that kind of person. He did not deserve that whatsoever. So I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks later, I ended up meeting back up with him and just giving him the backpack back. Like, all his equipment was still in there. And he was super appreciative because he knew, like, I didn't have to do that in a sense. But like I said, I'm not that kind of person, and he didn't deserve that. He ended up just being at the wrong place at the wrong time, hanging out with the wrong person. And also, just after that situation, he saw what kind of person Sam was for himself. And obviously in the moment while all that was going on, it came out what Sam did to me. And so they were both, the girlfriend and the cameraman was both like just looking at him like bro, like, you really like robbed your friend. Like, the fuck. So they got to see that he was a piece of shit. So, but yeah, nobody ever spoke about it. I ended up not even seeing Sam, like, because we lived in the same area. I didn't see him after that. I never saw him out until I think it was like 2 years later. My boyfriend and I, the same boyfriend, were riding to go to a friend's house at some apartments, and I ended up seeing Sam. He was walking out of one of the apartments, and the look on his face when he saw the both of us was priceless. It was like he had a flashback of that day all over again, and he was so shook. Like, he didn't even know what kind of time we were on, like if we were gonna bump down on him again. He was so fucking shook. But yeah, we didn't do anything. My boyfriend just was like talking shit to him, and he literally got in the car and didn't say a word, and he just left. But I never saw him, not one time after that day. So it's like the universe, doing a favor for me. So in the end, I'm not a bad person. I gave the cameraman his stuff back, and Sam got what was coming to him. I never got my money back. I never got my, property back, but that's okay, because, in the end, it was a life lesson, and, it just taught me, like, not to trust anyone, which it is sad that, you can't even trust people that you would consider friends, but oh well. It was a life lesson. What would you do if you were in my situation? Also, I have plenty.
You said, what would I do if I was in that situation? I probably, let me see. So they took them. First of all, I wouldn't even be in the situation. I wouldn't have to do nothing, because if I'm getting the settlement, nobody would have known. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would have done. Nothing, because I wouldn't be in it. So tell me what y'all think about that video in the comments, man. It was actually a good story time. I said it was capped during the video, but it might have been true. I got to talk my stuff. But that one was actually a good story time. So yeah, y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments. Be safe out there, kings and queens. Let's get